Hey everyone, Alex here. I am currently in my house that I will be staying at for the rest of my trip. It is in Accra, Ghana, and what this is this is just a introductory slash first day in Accra slash travel day vlog. So it'll probably be a little bit longer than normal. Normally I'll try and keep these videos. I'll try anyway to keep them under 5 minutes. Those of you who know me, sometimes it's hard for me to condense everything I say, but I will try to keep these under 5 minutes so that you guys do not become overly bored. Yeah, so as far as the introduction goes, this is a vlog that I'll be posting basically when anything happens, either here or internationally or back home. It's not going to be one of those vlogs where it's constantly about stuff that's going on back home. It'll be stuff that will be pertaining to me here mostly. I mean, there might be one or two about sports. There might be something about some kind of international affairs news. But it should normally just be me talking about my trip. Excuse me. Yeah, so again, I'm currently in the capital of Ghana, Accra. Saturday was the first day in Accra. Friday, Thursday were my two travel days. So Thursday rather, I left Ottawa at 5:05 Eastern time, and I got here at 7:30 Ghanaian time. So that would, for those of you doing the math, that was a 21.5-hour trip, because it's whatever time you have minus 5, because there's a 5-hour time difference here in Ghana. So it was 21.5 hours. So to say that was exhausting would be a major understatement. I had an 8.5-hour layover in Frankfurt, so that in and of itself was exhausting. I know that I was able to kind of do a few things there. I didn't go out of the airport because I figured I didn't know if I'd have time or not. But basically, in Frankfurt, I just, had a few beers. There was actually a casino there. It wasn't anything huge, but there was like a roulette machine, and I put it was an automatic roulette machine, and I put €5 in rather. And I actually won 41.50, so not a bad day at the casino. But all of that aside, it was an 8.5-hour trip. I know I watched Blood Diamond. I read a little bit. I tried to make a vlog for this, but it was way too long for a travel trip. There was people who kept interrupting me. I figured this way, if I do it, obviously, as you guys can see, there's not really anyone interrupting me. But yeah. So again, I arrived in Accra at 7:30 local time, and that was a really exhausting flight. Like, I remember that. Well, I don't remember falling asleep, but I don't remember taking off. So I'm assuming that I fell asleep during takeoff, and why they didn't wake me up is something that I'm unclear of, because they're usually supposed to. I mean, I don't know, Lufthansa might get mad at me, but I wouldn't fly. I don't know if I'd want to fly there again. I don't really have much of a choice because my flight back is booked through them. But I remember waking up to the smell of dinner, and they had kind of passed me already, and they didn't even come back and ask if I wanted to. So not the greatest service on Lufthansa. Like, those of you who think Air Canada is bad, you don't know the half of it. We got it pretty good with Air Canada. But yeah, so it was an exhausting trip. Oh yeah, and that reminds me, the Lufthansa company, the airline company, I don't want to say they lost. Well, I don't know if it's Lufthansa or if it's Air Canada or who it is, but somebody misplaced one of my bags of luggage, and I brought 2 checked luggages. One had school supplies for the school that I'm going to, which did get put through and onto the right flight, but the other one was all my stuff, which didn't. So it is, like I said, well, I don't know if I said it, but it's 25 after 6 here. I need to, well, Sam said he's going to call in about an hour to see if they got my luggage, and fingers crossed that they did, because it's got all my stuff in it. It's got my toiletries, it's got half my malaria pills, it's got most of my clothes. Like, I have some in my carry-on, so, but all my formal clothes are in there, which you need to teach. So again, fingers crossed that I get it back. You guys will probably know in the next vlog entry, which will probably be posted the same day. Just to backtrack a little bit to the introduction, these in the next week or so, you guys will probably be seeing a lot of videos that I'm posting, just because it's my orientation week. So there's going to be a lot of new things happening. My first placement day, you'll probably see. Just stuff like that. You're probably going to get a bunch in the next week or two. I won't be usually posting too frequently. So again, you won't have like your Facebook news feed flooded with my videos after a week or so. So yeah, so today was my first day in Accra, and last night we met Samuel, who I mentioned earlier, and he was our program coordinator. We met James, who was actually the night security guard, and there's two other volunteers, one whose name is Lisa and the other Larissa. It's just the three of us in the house right now, and I'm pretty sure it will be the three of us. I don't know if Lisa leaves. I think Lisa leaves in a couple of months. Yeah, probably in about a month and a half, and Larissa leaves in 2 months. So yeah, and there will be new people coming in at the beginning of every first Friday of the month. We'll be having some new people come in, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I might kind of give them a hard time, you know, fresh meat, but yeah, so it's the three of us in here right now. Today, Larissa and I started our orientation, as I've already mentioned. Lisa was here before we got here, so that was, she kind of tagged along because we went into the market in Accra. Sorry, there's just some noises going on outside. But we went to the market in Accra, and one thing that I noticed was, for all of mi familia, and you guys know what that means. It was almost exactly like the Dominican. Like there was a lot of similarities from Accra to Santo Domingo or to San Pedro de Macorís. It was very, very similar. Even the neighborhood that we live in right now, very, very similar to the neighborhood that we stayed in when we were in the Dominican. So I found that kind of neat personally. Another thing that I noticed coming through here today is, one, the vendors either really, really like white guys, or they just think that I'm a sucker. So I'll let you guys decide which one you think that is. Personally, I'd like to think it's just because they like white guys, but then again, that's probably because they think we're all suckers. So might be a combination of the two. But yeah, I had a lot of vendors kind of hounding me. There was one artist who showed me a bunch of art, and I just kind of had to tell him, I don't have any money on me because, any of you guys know, I'm kind of a softie. So when somebody tells me that, when somebody tries to sell me something, especially when I'm in a third world country like I am right now, I always feel kind of guilty for not buying it because, and maybe that's just my Catholic conscience. I'm not Catholic though. Don't get that messed up. Don't know why I pointed that out, but anyway, moving on. But yeah, it was really cool. One thing I noticed while I was here, though, like I said, the vendors really, I'll use the word gravitating for lack of a better word, towards me, but also there was a lot. This is a very, very religious country, and you can see that right away. I know that there was one sign that kind of was like one of those, you twist your head like a dog because you're kind of curious, but it was a sign that said, if you don't believe in God, you're damned to hell. And it literally said that on the sign. And I just kind of, was kind of taken aback by that because, of course, we all live in Canada where we have our right to practice whatever religion we want, even if that religion doesn't include a religion, if that makes sense. So if you're an atheist, you're more than welcome to be. So for here to see that was kind of like, well, what right do you have? How do you know you're right, kind of thing. Not that I'm atheist, because those of you who know me know that I have strong Christian beliefs, but it was still kind of like, who are you to tell people whether or not they're damned or not? And it was just, I don't know, it kind of took me aback. Another thing that really bothers me, and this might make it sound like a negative place, it's not. It's a beautiful country, and you can see why people love it here. But another thing that really confused me and kind of bothered me is that homosexuality is actually illegal here. And or at least that's what I've heard. Don't quote me on that. You can Google it if you want, but from what I've been told, homosexuality is illegal here. So that was frustrating for me because I very much believe in the right of one person to, you know, be sexually oriented whichever way they want. So that was frustrating for me. Yeah, it was very different. I'm definitely going through some culture shock right now. So it's cool to see. It's different, that's for sure. And I'm probably going to have to make some major adjustments to how I do things around here. Making sure I drink lots of water. It's so hot. Like, it's so hot. Like, I had the Mickey Mouse sweat going on today. It was unpleasant. It was just not nice. And, you know, they give us water. We get these little things. They're like bags of water. They're 500 milliliters, I believe. So it says it somewhere. I'm not going to look for it right now, but I believe it's 500 milliliters. So, like, I drank, I don't know, I lost count. I drank something like 3 liters of water today, though. So I know I'm staying hydrated, at least for today. Yeah, so that's all I have for now. Before I go, though, I just want to thank everybody for the good wishes, for the, you know, wishes of well-being. I do appreciate that. It really meant a lot to me to show how much I'm cared for at home, how much I'm loved, and that kind of made it hard to leave. As much as I am excited about this, it made it a little bit harder to leave, and I'm definitely feeling a little bit homesick, a little bit. I kind of had a freak out moment last night, like, oh my god, what am I doing here? I had that last night, which is good, because that way I got it out of the way. And so, yeah. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. I see that this video is probably going to end up being about 12.5 minutes or so. So I'll cut it off now. Again, I apologize for the length. And in the wise words of Philip DeFranco, thank you, everybody. I love your faces. And I will see you Monday? Sure, we'll go with Monday. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.